All right, everybody, welcome to Manners and Minutes. This is reacting to Tuesday, the 16th of September's show, and quite a momentous one. We had Dave Cullinane returned, and he was on top of things as ever.
And I'll see you at 5:30, Dave.
Oh, right.
Cool,
I
yeah.
forgot about
Good,
that. Yeah.
good.
It's that important. Yeah.
All right, Mama Cow, it was good to see you.
Classic Dave, head in the clouds as usual. But he's back. And I said I'm not going to come here every show and bitch and moan about his return. So I'm going to try not to do that for the next few minutes. All right, I want to start with Kirk's ability to self-sabotage himself. So he's been talking about this deal with a potential streaming service to do a documentary about the Sandra Birchmore case that they covered in season 2 of the case. And in today's show, on Tuesday's show, he was crapping on about how he doesn't want to do it. He was saying things that a classic Kirk, where he tries to derail himself, where he self-sabotages his own potential success. And he's done this right throughout his career, going back to when he was on the radio at EEI. He never towed the line there. Not saying he wasn't in the right a lot of the time, but he didn't play the game very well and doesn't play the game very well now. And, what annoys me about those producers and what annoys me about Kirk at the moment is he has got no one there to give him an alternative point of view. And if I was there, I would say to Kirk, stop being a fucking idiot. You have got an amazing opportunity here that you have to grab with both hands. Don't self-sabotage yourself. Don't fuck it up. This could lead to so much more. I understand Kirk doesn't want to do this because he doesn't want to rehash the Sandra Birchmore case. He likes to do new things. Well, the first thing is, and I'll say this very clearly, that the case season 2 wasn't very good. It didn't really do the story justice. And now you have the opportunity to show this story to many, many more millions of people with a much better production team. I mean, Kirk, you have the chance to work with real professionals. I'm not talking Justin Trudell, who worked at Grill in the Hill before he produced your show. I'm talking about Dave Cullinane, who's been left or fired dozens of times from various different jobs. I'm talking about real gun professionals you can surround yourself with. This can be a great documentary on its own. You can show this story to many more people. You can enhance your career and you can make some money. But I understand money isn't the driving force for you. Professional development, professional satisfaction is. I would say then, you have to see this as an opportunity to do many, many, many more documentaries like this. You might have to rehash the Sandra Birchmore case for this one. But then from this, you can do new, fresh documentaries about new cases. And let's be honest, you can't do it on your own. You've shown us that. For the last 3 years, you've done nothing on the case. You now have competent people around you who will support you, who will make you better. And your instinct is to bitch and moan about doing it. I'm sorry, but your producers are letting you down if they don't tell you this. Pull your fucking finger out. Get from behind the BMW. At the moment, you're still the young kid with the BMW behind you, Peter in the car with the lights on, tormenting you. Get in the fucking car for a change. Drive the fucking car. Drop this shit. You have a huge opportunity to work with what I imagine will be a very well-budgeted and successful streaming service. Do this one on Sandra Birchmore and do it well. I'm sorry, I'll say it again. Season 2 of the case sucked. Cullinane did a terrible job producing it. You guys did a terrible job. You did bring the case to light. Now make a great documentary about it so you get the plaudits you deserve, and then use this leverage to do more and more things. Surround yourself with good people who will support you, make you better. And yet today you're bitching and moaning about it. No one says anything. Everybody's too scared to question you. Well, I will say it right now. You're being a fucking baby and an idiot. This is going to be great for you. It's going to be fantastic for you. And you're complaining about doing it. I'm sorry, but it's pathetic. It's pathetic. You're just that little baby that the dad used to boss around all the time. When you're going to be a man and see this is a great opportunity, stop fucking tripping yourself up. You did it at the radio. Don't do it now. You could make great documentaries. You could leave a great legacy, and it would be professionally satisfying. But you don't know because you're too scared to take that dip, and you've surrounded yourself with yes men and dummies, and you're too used to that. So that was frustrating today. And Kirk and I have messaged a bit about this, and all I will say to him is, this could lead to so many things that are satisfying. This is your negativity. This is your depression. This is your mental illness tripping you up. Be positive. Fucking go out there and nail this documentary. Do the fucking best documentary you can. I mean, you love movies, you love film, you love TV. Now's your chance to fucking do it yourself. Put your money where your mouth is. All right? So that's my thoughts around his discussions around his documentary today. I believe he'll be on Dateline, which is fantastic. I cannot wait to see that. I'm not sure how I'll see it because in Australia we don't get it obviously live, but I'm sure I'll be able to find it somewhere. I know they put stuff up on YouTube. If any Minifans can screen record it, that'd be great just as a backup, but really excited for that. And, Kirk has the potential to do great things. He's so intelligent. He's 5 steps ahead of everybody else, but he surrounds himself with people that are 10 steps behind him. So anyway, look, I just want to see him nail this opportunity. And I was concerned with his thoughts today and concerned that no one in that fucking room had the balls to say anything to him. I mean, as I said, Kirk, fucking sort it out. Get over this bullshit. You've got a huge opportunity here. You can still do KMS. You can still do fucking shows with Ben Capaldo tomorrow. I mean, where is your career anyway? I mean, you need to start looking at the future. All right. A couple of other things. So we had Mama Kay on today. Again, I really missed Blind Mike. This would have been a perfect spot for the big guy. But Mama Kay was fine. I thought her timing was a little off today. Tried to maybe interject herself a few times when perhaps she could have just backed off. But I enjoy Mama Kay in there. She's a very easy listen and no problems with her. Yeah, she's just a fine third chair. She's not probably in the top echelon of third chairs, but she's also not in the bottom rung. She's just a solid plug her in, see what she does. But I would say just generally, my advice to her, just slow down a little bit in that first half an hour. Just let Kirk do his thing, and then he'll come to you when he's ready. But yeah, it's obvious, but today's show would have been 5 times better with Blind Mike in there. I really miss him. On days like today, I really miss him. We've had, a few days off the show and there's a lot to react to and he's not there. It's really, really annoying. So, but we got Blind Mike in, I think, on Thursday. I was petrified that he was going to be on there, the Unnamed show day, and we just get a very short Blind Mike show. So I'm glad the Unnamed has been moved forward today to Wednesday, and then we'll get Blind Mike in for a significant amount of time. Really excited about that. We've also got Mick returning on Friday with Montante. So this is the big Justin v. Mick battle continues. It's a 1v1, and I think it's going to be as heated as ever. And I cannot believe Dave Cullinane won't be there. I have a feeling he will still turn up on Friday. I would say Friday's show is one you don't want to miss. You've got Montante, who's always fun, the day before his golf match. Then you've got Mick coming in. I imagine he's going to try and square up with Pat Ford, which I'll get to later. A terrible couple of days for Pat Ford. But I would just say to Cullinane, try and be there on Friday. I mean, this is Mick's return. You need to be there to, I would guess, referee with Justin and Mick. I'm sure Kirk can do it. Kirk will be fine, but it would be better if Cullinane was there on Friday for this. So let's see if he turns up on Friday. Big show. It's an exciting week. I mean, Mick going into studio after a long time. Cannot wait for that. Absolutely cannot wait for that. We got a few things on the network to talk about. A couple more things from today's show. I guess it was clear today that Mutt does kind of work for Kirk, doesn't he? It's funny because it was the thing Mutt was most worried about. But although Portnoy's paying Mutt's salary, it still feels like Kirk is Mutt's boss, which is hilarious, which is great for the show. And we saw Mutt, he's going to move heaven and earth to get there at 9:00 on Wednesday. But yeah, I called this when they hired Mutt, that this would mean basically he works for Kirk, and he does, which is fantastic. I hope Kirk torments the little fella. It'll be great content. I remember at EEI how much fun it was when Kirk would torment Mutt. Now, I did a whole podcast on Tiny CEO yesterday about the terrible Hot Wiener debut premiere last night. The Hot Wiener flopped. And even on today's show, I don't think it was brought up. Maybe it was brought up very quickly, but there was just nothing to talk about. It was so bad. And, Pat Ford, like he did with the basketball team, he's really letting the team down. It's no question now that Pat Ford is completely under the thumb. He can't go to trainings for the KMS basketball team. He left Hot Wieners after a few minutes and returned right at the end. So all I'm going to say is Ford, like every team he's on, he brings the team down, and he has flopped Hot Wieners. I think they can bounce back. I'm willing to support them, but another Ford flop again, and it was underscored by its lack of relevance on today's main show. I sent Pat Ford a video this morning, and I retweeted it. It was a kimono dragon coming in and eating a whole baby goat. And I sent this to Pat Ford, and he asked me why I sent it to him. And I said to him, I'm the kimono dragon and you're the goat. And that is how our relationship is going to be moving forward. I also sent Mutt a DM, actually. I went onto one of the Twitter accounts I'm not blocked by Mutt and said to him, congratulations on your job. I'm genuinely pleased for you, but Kirk owns you now. And again, we saw it today. Kirk owns Mutt and cannot wait. All right. Couple of things to wrap up. I guess we saw Chris Klemmer return with At a Theatre Near Me. He made a bet. I didn't even realize he made a bet with Mutt that if he took the job, or if the bet was right, he would do At a Theatre Near Me. I think it was about the football. So anyway, he did At a Theatre Near Me. Very, very fun. We learned a lot about popcorn. He reviewed The Long Walk, which I now want to see. A friend told me it was really depressing, but I'm keen to see it. And I want to, he reviewed another movie. What was it? Downton Abbey. I'll be skipping that. I've never watched the show. But he gave his top 10, which I found really interesting. I want to see The Ballad of Wallace Island and a couple of other things in that top 10. So, it was an interesting return for Chris Klemmer. And I have to say, I'll announce it here, breaking news. I have been working on my own movie podcast for a little while now. So I sort of thought a couple of years ago I wanted to do a movie and TV podcast. And I hadn't been going to the movies enough consistently, in my opinion, to warrant doing it. So the last couple of years, I decided I would go to the movies a lot in preparation for a podcast. So I will be either competing with the Jeff Lowe, Kirk Minahan, Mutt movie podcast. Maybe Klemmer wants to join my podcast. I have been talking to a former producer of KMS about maybe him joining the movie podcast. Happy to, if you're interested in talking movies, reaching out. I'm still casting. I'm still looking in an exact start date. I believe Kirk and Jeff's will be starting in October. So I'm not sure whether we'll start in October. As I said, I need to find a solid cast and a concept, just nail down the concept, and then we'll be doing a movie and TV podcast. And I guess it will be like not just a Minifan thing, so it'll have its own podcast feed and stuff, but it would be silly if Minifans aren't involved not to maybe put it on the network. I'll talk to Kirk about that. There was one bit, though, that was funny with Klemmer's return. And, I mean, it was just two professionals talking about their career.
Like, I remember one time we had Jeff Degola. I had Jeff Degola on the show.
Wow.
And first time I ever talked to him, I was so frantic about getting him on the show. I'd have Kirk on. He was nervous about that episode. I was always kind of in a state of panic. This was nice. I'm not as panicked this time. I don't know if that.
You seem relaxed. Yeah, I remember that they were like it was more not segmented, but you were more put to the point. You just sort of relaxed. You were off the cuff. I like this format, just off the cuff Clemmer about movies and movie theaters.
Yeah, I think it's just like reps on a mic. I mean, like,
I think it's just reps on a mic. I love that. Well, cool Clemmer. We got cool Clemmer. He used to be so nervous doing Out of Theatre to me, and now he's this cool barstool broadcaster who doesn't get nervous. All right, well, that's it for Menace Minutes. Just wanted to jump on. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Remember, there's lots of great stuff on the network. We've got Billboard Chart Guys show. There's some NFL stuff that's been popping up by the team from Time Out Talks. There's Hot Wieners. There's Tiny CEOs. So to go back through and watch it, there's Minifandom with Kate. So lots of great content. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and I'll be back soon.